You want to try logi really bad because you think it looks fun?
Yeah, I like the industry aspect of it, that it's all like player made.
Okay, yeah, that's what I like about
Kind of
it
fun.
too. So, what do you know
Nice.
about it so far? What do you know about logi?
So I think you have to take like the scrap metal that's like around here and you make it into basic materials and can build stuff from it.
Yep, you're correct so far. So you know to come to these fields for the salvage, right? To gather it like we're doing right here with these trains.
Hmm?
And then you know where to take it to get it refined on the map. You know what building.
Um, Let me see. The refinery, like the hammer?
Yep, the hammer. You got it. You nailed it. All right, I kind of make when I train people, I kind of make them work for it a little bit. I don't want to hold your hand too
No, that's
much.
nice.
So yeah, and then do you know where you craft items?
Not necessarily, but I would assume it works like if you take something out of a base, like you click on it inside the menu.
So after refining the materials into basic materials, what we can do next to like create like the guns, the ammo, things like that is if you look a little up above the hammer on the map, you'll see these buildings called factories.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So you would take the basic materials to those factories and then you would go through and start crafting whatever specific items that you want to craft. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
So you
that
actually deliver like the weapons and stuff?
so yeah, once you craft all of that, once you craft the items, they come in what they call crates. So when you're crafting, like let's say a gun, you're actually crafting 20 guns at once, and they put it into one item slot, and they call it a crate.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll show you all this here in a second. One thing I want to get at, one thing I want you to know is it's never really a good idea to do all of the process at once. Like it's not a good idea to go gather salvage, go refine it into B mats, then go make the items and then deliver the items to a front. That's not the most like efficient way to do it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
So
what
I guess you just, yeah.
so yeah, you log on and you kind of just choose one of those phases that you want to do primarily and kind of focus on it. Like tonight, right now, you're catching me. I'm just getting Scroop right now, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
just building because when you put the Scroop into the refinery, which I'll show you here in a second, you get to keep it for 2 days. Like if you don't touch it for 2 days, it just goes into public. But you get to have your own personal stockpile of like your B mats and things like that.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. Any questions?
Not so far, no. Do we
Okay.
do? Oh wait, actually, do we use the hammer to
Yeah. I'll show you.
farm scrap? Okay, nice.
So you can get the hammer out, and you literally just hold it down. I would recommend looking up programs online. There's programs online that just like hold it down for you when you just click once. So you don't have to hold your mouse finger down the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do programs like that. It's not cheating or anything like that. Like I think mine's just called like auto clicker. So
Yeah.
yeah, you gather this the salvage here, and we're gonna put it in the train over here. One thing you want to try and do is make sure like your inventory is like pretty empty. Like, do you still have like the ammo from when you spawned in and stuff like that?
I have like the pistol ammo, yeah.
Yeah, I would just drop it. I don't know, it just gives you an extra slot to gather salvage.
All right, yeah.
You'll fill your inventory, it'll tell you when you're full, and then we'll walk back to this train over here. And do you know what that is you just gathered?
No.
That's called tech.
uh, Aluminium?
Yeah, so that's called tech. What we want to do is drop that off at the refinery and put that into public because there's these people called tech maids that use that. It's basically how we kind of upgrade our items and get better items. Have you
I
ever played
see.
like a RTS before, like a StarCraft or like anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that? So it's like when you're downloading like infantry, level 1 weapons or armor or whatever, or you're just like teching to a better vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So you always drop those off. I'll show you where that is too. we'll fill these trains up. These trains like can carry a lot, so.
And anyone can drive these trains, or?
Yep, anyone can drive them. I'm not sure if you can lock them, but what you should always carry on you as well is a wrench. Always carry a wrench on you. Yep, so you should just be able to access this. Yep, and just click it in just like that. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a hack, a little bit. Something more efficient. We got these new Factorio type things right here, harvesters. And now you don't even have to like hammer down with the hammer. You can just like click in on it and start putting it in your inventory.
Oh.
Yeah, so this can get up to 2,500 before it stops. So obviously if you have a lot of people here doing it, then it gets low pretty quick. And it's actually pulling it from the scrapyard too.
And anyone can build these?
Yep, anyone can build all of this. You know, we have this factory that's down over here too. This is all player built.
That's so cool.
Yeah, people are still kind of figuring factories out right now since it's new. This is only the second war with it.
Nice, okay.
All right, let's just keep going until we fill this train up. How we doing, Toy Dragon? As you gather scroop, you get these things called commends. Are you familiar with those?
No. Are these like an item as well?
So if you press F1, you should see you'll see the screen come up that has some information at the top, like your name, says your level. Some really cool information in here is like this. There's everybody in the region. You can see every player that's in the region. But you see commends available.
Oh yeah, I have one of these.
Yep, so as you gather scroop like this, just when you're hammering it, not when you're pulling it from factories or salvage mines, but you get commends, and then you can it's essentially like thanking somebody else for helping you do something.
Oh, I see.
So watch, I'll do it to you, and this is how you get your rank up essentially. You can right click on a person, so you can hover your mouse over them, right click on them. Oh wait, maybe it's not right click. I usually just do it from the F1 menu. It's left alt click. So press left alt and then hover over the mouse, and then you'll get a thing that you can. Yep, you nailed it. And for some reason,
nice.
For some reason, you can't put your.
What does the rank do? Is it just like visual or?
It's just cosmetic sort of thing. Like it kind of just tells people how long you've played the game. Like the first couple ranks are pretty easy to get. Like you only need like 10 or 20 commands to keep going each rank. But eventually you need like 100, and then you need like 200 for the next one. And I think I'm in the stage where I need like 800 for my next rank.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and I mean there's ones that take thousands. So yeah, you can always just look it up. There's a Foxhole Wikipedia, and you can literally just type in Foxhole ranks or something.
I think the train is full now.
Is it all the way full?
Let me double check.
You can scroll down on these ones. So if you open it up.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Oh, you're good. You're good. And you can kind of see visually actually too. Look at this last one compared to the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do have visuals for how full it is. All right, so we're full, but you probably have some salvage left, right?
I do, yeah.
Yep. So the best thing you can do is come over to like a guy like him, and then just drop it in front of him and let him have it.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
then
right.
if no one's around, you see these crates over here.
Mm-hmm.
If no one's around, just put it in the crates. But you can just drop it like you dropped your ammo
Ah,
earlier.
okay.
Just drop it right here, and this guy will grab it. Hopefully he can hear us. Freebie mats right there, or salvage. Oh, he's already full. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in the crate. Never mind. If they don't have their car locked, sometimes you can put it in there for him too. Actually, you know what? Even better answer besides those crates is actually putting it in this resource container. But if this resource container wasn't here, then it'd do the crates.
Mm-hmm. What is this crane used for?
Picking this up. So there's flatbeds. I don't know if there's a flatbed near. Actually, I'll show you. Yeah, there's a flatbed over. There's a flatbed over here. I'll show you what it looks like. So this long truck right here, this is somebody's like facility. So normally you don't want to mess with these guys' stuff. Like you don't want to take their cars or anything because they're usually doing something with them. But this is a flatbed, and this is what we put that resource container on.
Oh, I see.
And you use the crane to put it on. So you're going to get on this train. I'm going to get on this train, and you're going to follow me.
Oh, I love this.
That's pretty cool, huh? You go faster forward than backwards. So unfortunately, this one's backwards right now.
Is there collision?
Yeah,
Oh,
yep.
yeah, there is.
there's your answer.
Go through.
If they can fit. Oh, I gotta go switch the switch over here. Yeah, trains are the new thing too, obviously, and people are still getting used to it. And figuring out what's efficient and what's not. I haven't really looked at this railway too well yet, so we might get stuck in some places, but we'll figure it out.
Sounds good.
This is all player made too, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And it's like fine if just a solo player starts building like factories and stuff, or?
Yep. You just need to start gathering the materials, and I mean, building facility by yourself is kind of a waste of time unless you just like doing it. But efficiency wise, you want to get like a group for it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna have you stop actually right here. And then come with me. You get in your train, and then you start going forward. Make sure we got the right track. Okay, perfect. You get stuck? Oh, we got this one.
Yeah, it says inactive switch.
These things are annoying.
I think the car is in the way,
Okay,
like the truck.
okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you should be able to. I'm really new with trains. I've only done this one other time, but you should be able to click E for the refinery.
Yeah.
And this is where you see all the materials you can build. So you'll see the barrels in the middle of the screen under refinement. And so we gathered those barrels. So we can only either build basic materials, the B mats is what everyone calls them, kind of, iron looking thing or beam looking thing, whatever you want to call it, structure beam.
Wait, where do you see those? So I see the stockpile on the right and the resource container, and then the train on the bottom.
Let me get in the train real quick. I don't remember what this looks like.
Ah, no, I pressed E on the wrong thing, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So get in there again. Maybe if you have to move forward. Sometimes you can press Shift E if you need to choose between like different options and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, so you see what
And
I'm
now I
talking.
just do basic materials, or?
So yeah, so with what we gathered, we can build basic materials, diesel cans, gas cans essentially for cars, or explosive materials. So today we're just going to focus on basic materials. So what you do is right click that barrel, that salvage barrel, and just you can click submit all. And you have to
Mhm.
do it for each cart. So then you have to click near the bottom or something, bottom left, I think, you have to click another cart. Yep, you got it. And then it should start cooking those B mats, right? It should give you a
Yeah,
timer
it
and it
says
should
like
start doing it.
29 minutes.
Yep. So there's a little tab up there that says personal. If you click it, there's an option to
Yeah.
make it public. If you click it, there's an option to make it public. You don't need to do that right now,
Mhm.
but like if you ever want to just gather materials and like just let other people have them, then you can just put
Mhm.
public and it. So you'll notice right now that there's 577 BMATs in the refinery. That's just anyone can take that stuff.
Oh, okay, I
Yep.
see.
And then you'll see the expiry
Nice.
time down below in that middle thing. It's like a big kind of gray
Mhm.
looking box. So that's how if you don't touch this for that long, for essentially 2 days, it'll just go into public. So it doesn't get destroyed or anything. It just goes into public.
Okay, I see.
Does
Thank
that kind
you.
of make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So let's back this train up, and then I'm going to do my train real quick, and then we're going to do kind of the
Mhm.
next step here.
I will bring it back to the stockpile place, okay?
Oh, no. Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what? That's a good idea. If you want to go take it back to the
Yeah.
salvage yard, yeah, do that, and then I'll
I,
meet you.
I will run back.
Yeah, I'll meet you by the refinery.
Okay.
I wish I could give him this bike right here. Like put the bike on the train or something. It'd be sick. I hope I'm teaching him right. It's been a while since I've taught somebody logi. What happened here? Did we screw this thing up again? It's been a while since I've taught somebody logi. I think I do it differently every single time too. I think I explain things. I don't think I've figured out like the exact order to explain things. I usually like jump around a lot, I feel like. I'm gonna have a ton of BMATs. We should probably get some. I should have split that up better. Should have probably just done like one in here or two and two. Maybe I should have done two and two. Oh well. You gotta. Oh, did you hit that?
Mhm. No, I didn't.
We should be good. I think you can actually hop on one of these cars and like ride on them. Yep, just like that. So I'm actually gonna take this one to the close salvage field over here because it doesn't have a train by it right now.
Mhm.
Any questions so far?
No, so far it's really intuitive. I like it.
Oh, good. Is this as enjoyable as you thought it was going to be so far?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty relaxing.
It is, yeah. I like to play games like, or I used to play games like EVE Online, where I was mining a lot.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's really relaxing. I like it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, so this is another good one to like gather and just fill this train up and get some materials and stuff. One thing I
Mhm.
forgot to mention, this is at least my philosophy. When you play during a war, my suggestion is to choose like a hex or two, or at least like a side of the map, and then just constantly play in that area the whole war.
What reason? Like
You
why?
get familiar with the area, you know where everything is. Like this train system, for example, it's like all know I have to do is spawn into Morgan's Crossing. I can get on this train. I can get some easy scrap. And then I feel
Yeah,
like
makes sense.
so for my philosophy, again, this is going to be different for everybody. But I feel like when I stay in a region, I feel like I'm having an impact on that region because I'm constantly working in that region.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
I'm skipping around all the place and I'm like all over the map, I don't feel like I have as great of an impact if I'm just doing random things here and there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's just my suggestion. When if you start really doing it, is just find an area and kind of stick to it for And then like the next war, I usually just switch into a different area just to change it up.
What part do you like the most? Like
This
from
one,
everything
this
you
one.
can do?
So what you want to do is look for these ones with factories and refineries, because then you can do like the whole steps and everything. So Morgan's Crossing is one of my favorite because I can start bringing materials down to Godcrafts, the areas below us. The more you play, the kind of more you'll get used to the areas. The other one that I go to a lot is on the opposite side, and it's called Stone Cradle. Callum's Cape and Stone Cradle on the left side of the map. Those two hexes.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I would suggest doing just one of those two sides. Just do it for this war, and then the next war do the other side or something, and just see how it feels.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a logi
Sounds
truck.
good.
We're just gonna get this one if we can. If it was squad locked. So I'm just gonna pull my B mats because yours are still cooking a little bit. I'm actually gonna have you drive. Oh, here's something I want to show you real quick. Yeah, right over here. I know I'm all over the place. This is actually where you build the trucks.
Hey guys.
Yo.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So like the truck we're driving and the truck he's building, it's 100 B mats. So you can just build these trucks if you don't see any around or anything like that. So if I had B mats on me, I
Doesn't
could.
sound like a lot.
What's that?
Like 100 BMats, that doesn't sound a lot.
Yeah,
is
it's not a
You
lot.
need B-mods, guys.
Really
Guys,
easy.
you need B-mods.
What's that?
You need B-maps?
Oh no, we're good. You can leave them in the garage. No worries.
Thank you.
Yeah, just leave them in there. All right, drive to the factory. Factory's north. You can always press like I always use N. You can press so there's two different maps, N and M. I always use N the most as a logi player. So if you press N, find the factories and drive over to them. And this is another good thing of like if you stay in the region, the same region, like you don't even have to look at the map. You can just know where you're going. You'll go up to this factory and press E, just like the refinery. And then you'll see a bunch of options.
Yeah, like production, inventory, and so on.
Yep, so do you see the bullets up there that are in orange right now?
Yeah.
So you can click on the different ones up there. So you can click on the bomb next to it, the kind of more bullet looking one, the wrench, and that takes you to all the different types of items there are that you can build. The items that are grayed out are items that we haven't teched yet or got to yet. So you can only build the ones that are available. You'll also see on the right hand side if anyone else is building any of those categories. So right now there's one person in the medical one, there's one person in the infantry, so that makes your crafting timer a little bit longer.
Oh, okay. And if it's idle, then basically what I will queue is first.
Yeah, you'll queue first, exactly, yep. Okay. And it'll always give you a timer on like when the stuff is going to be done. The only time you really stay away from factories and building stuff is like when there's like, click into the map real quick, press N. And then hover over the factories. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever it's like 5 out of 6 or something like that, that's when you just don't even worry about trying to make anything because it's just going to take way too long. So what we can do right now is let's do some basics. So let's go to the infantry one. Actually, let me explain these just real fast. It's infantry, and then the next one next to it that looks like a bomb has a bunch of anti-tank guns. The one next to that has a bunch of artillery stuff. The next one, the wrench, is utility items like wrenches and radios and binoculars, stuff like that, which is needed. And this is one of the harder ones to understand until you have played for quite a bit, I feel like. Medical one, the plus sign, is the bandages and shirts are kind of the most important ones there. The one with a gas can, that's actually for bunkers and helping supply bunkers. It's for builders. And then the last one is the uniforms, which I don't really personally mess with too much because I don't I don't know when I'm supposed to be building uniforms.
So uniforms are basically classes, right?
Yeah, essentially you can like put it on and it just gives you like different kind of perks a little bit, but they're not like
Oh,
a
I
major
see.
change. I don't think. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't mess with them too much. Any questions about the
So,
categories? Oh, go ahead.
yeah, what I guess like the most important things would be like ammo for the most used guns, and I guess stuff like bandages and shirts.
Yeah, you're on it. Yep. So when you first start out as Logi, those are the things you definitely should be focusing on are just like guns and ammo and like bandages and the shirts. The shirts are the spawn thing. That's how people spawn at like the front line. The one shirt equals one life, essentially. Um, yeah, we can focus just on the infantry items right now. The more you play, the more you'll figure out like what exactly you should be building, essentially. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on the infantry one, the 3
Should we
bullets.
go for 7.62
Yeah,
millimeter?
click 7.62 twice, and you'll see it pop up on the right hand side, right?
Uh-huh.
And
I
then
have to click start.
and then click the Blake twice. You can do 4 items at
Blake.
once.
Oh, okay. What's the Blake?
It has the description right there. I like this rifle. It's kind of personal
Okay.
preference a lot of the time. Like you going and actually playing the front line and learning these weapons will help you to build them better. And that I just have personal preference that I like the Blake, but other people might like the Cinder or the Laughcaster. I don't know. It's from what I've learned talking to a bunch of infantry, it's a lot of personal preference. Because if there was a meta, people would just build the one gun that's good, right? So yeah, you have 2 7.62s and 2 Blakes, and then you should click the plus sign. And then it should give you a timer on how long it's going to take.
Yes. Oh yeah, I clicked on start now.
Oh, okay, good.
It's 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
So now you can click the plus sign, click over to the plus sign, create 2 bandages, do 2 bandages and do 2 shirts. And then click the plus sign again.
Hey Rin, du bist doch Deutscher.
Ja, woher weißt du das?
Ja, das ist so dieses Deutsch-Englisch, das ist so brutal.
I can't understand
Das
these
ist
guys.
einfach göttlich.
So, what do you mean by plus sign though? Do you mean like the medic?
Yeah, the medic sign. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So did you do that
I
one
did
too?
2 bandages and soldiers supplies now.
Yeah, 2 bandages and 2 shirts.
Yeah, they are building.
Okay, perfect. Go to the utilities one, the wrench. Do 2 binoculars and 2 radios. And then how many DMATs do we have left?
290.
So click on the bomb looking one next to the infantry one. And do 2 where am I at here? We don't have any explosive powder, so a lot of this stuff is going to need explosive materials, and you can use the salvage that we gathered to make explosive materials to start making some of these like grenades and things. So just build 4 of the 20 millimeters, the MO near the top.
Oh, for there's not enough materials for 4. I can go with 2.
Yep, perfect. I just kind of wanted to show you too that if you don't have the exact materials, it doesn't let you do it. So,
Yeah,
so you can do 2. So you should have 90 left. What I do at this point is I just throw the 90 into the factory so somebody else can use it. And you can shift click it, and it will just do all of it.
Thank you.
Yep. So while your stuff is going, we're gonna head over to a salvage mine. So find the salvage mine on the map, which is directly west of us. There's 3 of them in a row together, called salvage mines, and there's 3 in a row together. So go head directly west. Oh, close. This throws me off too. On the map, they always seem a lot closer than they are. But yeah, here's a salvage mine. You can drive right up to it. So it's kind of like those Factorio things that we were using at the other salvage mine. You can press E and click it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll see that there's salvage in there, and then you can put that directly into our truck. So this is one of those things where knowing your map and your area really well kind of comes into play. I know that I can start crafting items in my factory, or in the factory, come over here, get some salvage, go to the refinery, put it in there, pull B mats again, go to the factory, find out that my items are done, pull those, start making items again, come to this, and then just do a continuous loop. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's like one of the most kind of efficient ways to do it, essentially. So we'll head back to the refinery. Give him a friendly
Sorry.
honk. Whenever you bump into somebody, you can just press the mouse key once and honk at them.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Us logi bros, it's usually a friendly honk. You know, people are, you bump into cars all the time when you're doing logi and stuff, so it's usually just a friendly honk. So now we're going to go to the refinery, which is south of us. I gotta go back to the right. To the right, to the right, to the right. To the left.
It's the hammer one, right? Yeah.
Yep. We might not want to go this way because this is that train route, and once you go off the road, you go significantly slow. Take a left, take a left, take a left. Nice. And there's the garage that we saw, and then the refinery's right next to it. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Got it.
Nice.
Refineries and storage depots, the one to our right over here, look a lot alike. So it's kind of, you know, once you play more, you'll notice the differences. But go ahead.
Do we go for explosive material?
Yeah, go for the explosive material. Do that. One thing it's going to show you right away is that making explosive material takes forever. So this is something that you would come back for like way later because it goes much slower than BMATs.
Oh yeah, I see. It's like 1 hour.
Yep.
And 20
And
minutes.
BMATs are like super quick. That's why BMATs are not, you know, they're not an expensive material really. You know, it's like your copper or something when you first start a gathering game out or something. Or bronze or something. So now you should have an empty inventory, right? Essentially.
Yeah, I put in the B-mats that I was crafting into the truck now.
Oh, you did that? Okay, and you notice once you click on it, it takes all of them. Or it like fills your truck up and, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. So now what we can do is go back to the factory. So this is not the factory that we were at. There's 2 factories here, and once you learn to do this really efficiently, you'll start using both of them at the same time. So yeah, we'll go here, and some of your items should be done, correct?
Hmm?
So what you have to do, this is kind of tricky, and you just got to be kind of careful doing this too, and hopefully that if you find a busy factory, you shouldn't do it until it's not busy, but what you're going to do is you're going to shift click some of your BMATs into the factory's inventory, and then you're going to click the plus button for getting the items that you made. Because you have to have the slots open to get them.
Okay, and then I basically just requeue the items.
Yep, so requeue the items right now, and it'll actually just pull the BMATs from this inventory right here. So if there's a bunch of people here and other people are doing that, it'll pull those BMATs for them first. So it's not like it's saving them for you or anything.
Okay, nice.
You can just keep pulling the items, and you keep making the same items if you want. Are we caught up on that?
Mm-hmm.
Ready for the next step?
1 second.
Oh, I want to show you something too.
Okay, so I have the crates now.
Okay, perfect. If you press F1 as well, crafting items is the best way to get commends to give to other people. So you should have like 4 or 5 right now, probably.
Yeah, I have 4.
Yeah, it caps out at 100. So if you do a bunch of crafting, like I cap out like a lot usually, and I try and give commends to people that help me and stuff like that. But so what our next step is going to be going to the storage depot, which is right next to the refinery down over there. You almost squished him.
And now I
So-
just dump them, or?
Oh yeah, so I can kind of explain this a little bit. Yeah, you can just dump them in here, and then it's if you press in on the map, and then hover over the storage depot, you'll see all the materials that are currently in there in crates. Once you get good,
Okay.
or when you play Logi a lot, you'll be able to look at this storage depot, and you'll be able to say, oh, this storage depot is like missing a bunch of shirts, or they're missing a bunch of ammo, or they're missing this item. I need to go to the factory and build that specific item and bring it to this storage depot so it fills up. So we're not really doing that today. I mean, kind of. We did some radios and binoculars, which is great. But yeah, if you hover over the crates, you'll notice too, it says like how many are going to be in that one crate, right? Like I think radios is like 5.
Radio, 1 sec. Yeah, 5 radios.
Yeah, so all we're doing right now is dumping the crates into this. But if we wanted to go to a Frontline, for example, so press M and then just scroll all the way down. Just go straight down from where we're at. Find a place called the Outwood if you can. It's where the blue and the green are meeting.
Outwood.
It's going to be small. It's right above the Iris, a little bit bigger town down there. And it's in the Tempest Islands hex. So Tempest Island hex, the big one, and then scroll, and then you should see one called the Iris.
Tempest Island.
Yep, scroll in, and then towards
yeah,
the green
yeah,
and the blue. So you're on the regular map with the bunkers. You see the bunker bases?
How do they look like? Yeah, the blue ones.
Yeah, and you'll see a map post next to it that says Logi list, right?
Okay, so if we hover over them, we can also see what they need.
Yeah, and these are players that are typing in. These are players that are at that bunker base currently right now, and it has a time on it too. So it's like BMATs. 4 minutes ago, they said they needed BMATs. So, you know, what we could have done right now is we could have got like a truck full of BMATs and went down there and drove down there and done that. But what you can do is you can look in this storage depot that we have right here, and we have 41 BMATs in there right now. Like we could pull 41 BMATs right now and just drive down there and, you know, get them their BMATs. Does that kind of make sense?
So now we could basically just pick up what they need, right? And just deliver it to them?
Yep. So one thing I'm going to say that's a little inefficient about that is I need you to press N again. So this is like the Logi map, the secure map mode, because it gets rid of all the bunkers and stuff. So I need you to stay in that Tempest Island hex, but go to the very top left corner of it. Go to Alcamo's estate. So you'll see there's a storage depot right there too, right? So they have 78 BMATs right there, and we could just go spawn in there, and they have a Doom truck in there too. We could spawn in there, take that Doom truck, fill it with BMATs, and then just drive over there instead of driving all the way from up here.
Where do you see that they have the BMATs?
In the storage depot.
Wait, there, yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
so it's those beam looking things, and then below all of the materials, you'll see vehicles too. So you know what? Let's do that. So hey, yeah, submit these crates.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay, let's just go park the Logi truck. Actually, one thing I'm going to teach you: parking lots are awful. Go to this drive up to this storage depot. Press E again and select it.
Submit vehicle?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, I was going to try and find it. Boom. So now it's in the storage depot, and anyone can pull it whenever they need it.
How?
Yep.
There. Okay.
Yep. And then you'll start.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Come this way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna return home. Let's go meet in the return home. I'm just bringing back my wrench right now. Before you log out, always try and bring like your wrench or your items to a near place so other people can use them, especially the wrench. But let's return home real quick. So press escape and then return home.
Join Seattle.
Hello.
Nice.
All right, so in these hostile kind of more areas, always grab a radio. You have one radio in there, so grab a radio from this base. grab a gun, go grab a laugh caster, and then just one thing of 7.62 is all you need. This is just so in case partisans try and stop us, we can actually just defend ourselves a little bit. But we shouldn't have to use it, hopefully. All right, we're going to go to the storage depot. And this guy stole our logi truck that we were going to use. No! Can we do a quick logi run and I can give this back to you? Probably going to use it for. He's probably going to use it for something. We can try and see if there's another logi truck close by, but yeah, well, yeah, okay, sounds good.
What about the flatbed?
Yeah, so you can't deliver. We can't use the flatbed, and you can't take the boxes of materials that flatbeds carry to bunkers and submit it. You can only submit it with those logi trucks that guy had.
Okay.
So we can look on the map, and vehicles are triangles on the map, and we can try and see if there's a logi truck close by. There is a storage depot to the north of us. That doesn't have any logi trucks though. So this part of it kind of sucks if you have to kind of run around and try and find a logi truck. 1 second. All right, get in. We're gonna go on the hunt for a logi truck. Because this truck can only hold scrap. Or that stuff we were gathering earlier. People call it screw a lot of the times. So the closer we get to the front, the more logi trucks we actually should see, because people will do deliveries and then just dump the logi truck in the front and then not get it again. We should see some.
Yeah, I would assume that's like the most well, fun activity people like to do as logi, delivering stuff to the front lines.
I think at the beginning, when you're first learning this game, that's the funnest thing to do, because that's where you get the most instant gratification. I think the more I play it, the more I like to do backline stuff, which is a lot of stuff people don't know that I'm doing. Building is always super helpful too. If we wanted to help those guys build, that's not super logi, but building is super helpful. I cannot drive and chat at the same time. All right, we should be seeing some logi trucks here in a second.
So what can you actually store on the flatbed?
That one resource container and then a bigger, and then another container I'll try and find and show you sometime. All flatbeds, my goodness.
Ah, okay, so you use the flatbeds to deliver BMATs to build on front lines?
I think I saved it.
You saved it. Nice.
We're going too close to the front.
What are you after?
I'm trying to find a logi truck.
I think I saw some down the road. Back
Okay, I'll
down the
go
road
look. Thank you.
somewhere. I don't know.
This is one of the most inefficient ways to do it. We probably should have spawned somewhere else, but you kind of take a chance when you're doing this. There's our logi bro right there. He's not doing the.
Can you actually rebuild the bridge that we just saw?
Yeah, you can. So that costs BMATs to rebuild it. They actually blow up the bridges on purpose just to slow the other team's offensive down.
That's so cool.
Yeah. We actually want to go to the base that's right below us, but we need a logi truck. Yes. Wait, no.
Nice.
Hopefully it's not this guy's. Hello? Always have
It's
a
locked.
it's locked. Yep. Always have a wrench on you. Always have a wrench on you. When you spawn in, grab a wrench. No matter where you spawn, front line, back line, people lock vehicles all the time. Check the squad lock. All right, let's go get our materials. So there is 914 BMATs here. One mistake that I did when I was a new Logi player is I would pull materials from like these bases right here and other bunker bases and then move it to the frontline bunker base. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not like the correct thing to do.
Yeah, it's people can't use like or build guns, I guess, from the base when they spawn.
When you pull them from the bunker base, you're only pulling the one individual rifle, where if we pull them from storage depots, we have those crates that have 20 rifles in it.
Ah, right,
You know?
yeah.
So it's just not efficient to try and go from one bunker base to the other. Oh, that person is so lucky.
But can you actually drive over teammates? Like, do
Oh
they
yeah,
die?
all the time. It literally happens all the time. And when you first start playing, you always feel really bad. But once you're like 100 hours into this game, you don't care anymore. You lose
Guess,
like
yeah.
all empathy and you just start to laugh. One thing that can go wrong with that logi list that we looked at, do you remember that said bring BMATs?
Hmm?
Is that like 8 people can look at that and go, oh, I'm gonna go bring them BMATs.
But they need 5k, so that should be more than like one person can supply, right?
They didn't know. So and this is different philosophies and everything too. Each bunker base, I think, should not have over 3k BMATs because you don't want to oversupply a bunker base and then they lose it to the offensive because then all those materials are just actually destroyed. They're gone.
Hmm. Oh wait, they're destroyed, so the other faction won't take it over.
Yeah, correct. The bunker base that we're going to, that just gets destroyed. There's things like relic bases where we found this logi truck that gets taken over, but they don't get the resources. They don't get like
I
our
see, okay.
resources for it. Like eventually, if the enemy team pushes up here far enough, they can take this, storage depot, and then it'll be theirs, but they won't get all the resources that were in it. So I got the BMATs. So we're going to go down to, how many BMATs do they have now? Are they already oversupplied?
Let me check.
They have 2k now. So, I mean, we can push them up to 3k. That's fine. Actually, don't. I mean, oh, there's another bunker.
I'm not sure how to check.
You
Because
hover,
at the icon there's
you hover over the bunker base.
bunker base.
Sometimes
They have
on the left-hand side, you
4k actually.
Oh, is it 4K
But there's so
now?
many, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's too many. So we're not going there anymore.
No, wait,
So
it's just one. Yeah.
Yep, it's 4K.
They have 4k.
So if you
plus.
look to the left, there's another bunker base. They're always kind of hard to find because they're under all the defenses, but there's another bunker base over there that has 1K. Do you see that? Like to the left of that original one. There's a bunch of bunker
But
bases.
we could switch to shirts and bring them to the logi list to the left. Like to the left
Do we
of
have
output.
we don't have shirts at this bunker base. Or, I mean, we don't have shirts at this storage depot to bring.
Oh, yeah.
So no, so there's a bunker to the left of it that's also like a forward bunker, and it only has 1K BMAT, so we can take these here. But that's a good learning lesson right there on why it's hard to kind of do the logi list, because then everyone that's doing logi sees it, and then they all bring a ton of stuff and they get oversupplied. I kind of usually stay away from doing the logi list. This is just kind of more of a learning exercise. And when you're new to logi, doing the logi list is kind of the best way to start out. Why
are these buildings blue?
Because they're currently under construction. So you have to go and hit.
Oh, okay.
You have to go and hit a hammer against them with B mats. So they'll stay that way until they're complete.
Do you like is the only way to build with the hammer, or are there like machines for that as well?
There's a vehicle called a construction vehicle that'll help you build.
Okay, nice.
But otherwise, it's mainly just a hammer. Hopefully we don't get partisan here, because this is kind of a dangerous area. I should be checking my radio. I think, can you check the map from in there? I can't remember if passengers can check the map.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so you can look for some green circles if you see any of those. You probably won't. Okay, so I'm going to switch you seats. I'm going to let you drive and drive up to this bunker.
Mhm.
You might have to look at the map, but drive up to the bunker that we're close by here. Should be a little south to us. I think it was down that road over there. Yeah, I think so. Yep, drive forward. And don't try not to click too many things yet. This is going to be a little tricky. Oh, it's on the other side. Oops, back up, back up, back up. We were right to go the other way. So the bunker is right. Oh, we can do it from back here, though. We should be able to access it, right?
Is this the bunker base already, or?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, so it's this thing right here. So you can access it from your car. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you drive and do this portion. What you have to make sure you do is, okay, so access the bunker base. You might have to back up. Make sure you access the bunker, and you should see like another inventory with. And then you should see our logi truck. What you want to do is make sure you right click and click submit all.
Done.
And then you might get some commands for that. It might show up on your left. Maybe no commands for that.
Nothing so far, no.
Okay, so people that have their spawn set to that bunker will get a message that pops up on their screen letting them know that you brought them BMATs, and then they can click another button that says commend you.
Okay, nice.
Yep. But yeah, now you see we brought BMATs up there. We were pretty, useful. Now this is a situation where I would just go back to Morgan's Crossing where we were originally at and just go back to, doing my factory stuff or, whatever's next on my logi list. But this has kind of been like a basic rundown.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, do you have any other questions? I'm trying to think if I forgot anything.
No questions so far.
Oh my gosh, this is a
Oh wait,
cluster
there's
fest.
someone called Goon.
Yeah, so
Is there Goon Swarm in here?
yeah, from Eve Online.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same people.
Oh, that's awesome. I was in Goons when I was playing Eve.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a bunch of what they call regiments, or I forgot the Eve equivalent, whatever, the big groups.
Yeah, corporation.
Yeah, corporations. So yeah, they're called regiments here, and you can join them. And there's ones that focus specifically just on logi, like FMAT, the one that I'm in. You can just do organized logi with them. I more like to do like a lot of solo logi most of the time, but yeah, you can do like organized groups too.
That's cool. Very nice.
Yeah. Any other questions you can think of?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Whoop.
Well, you can go back to Morgan Crossing if you'd like, and you can pick up the items that you crafted and keep doing some of that stuff. Or if you want to keep trying to deliver some of these supplies in the storage depot to, forward bunkers, you can try and try your hand out at that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will actually go make a tea, and then I will try to deliver some more stuff.
I can't remember the exact time, but if you sit in a car too long, I think it's like 20 or 30 minutes, it will kick you out of the game.
Okay.
The timer just for standing like outside of a vehicle is like an hour or something. It's much longer than being. I don't know why they do it, but if you're in a vehicle, you'll get kicked faster for being AFK than just standing. So get in this car and
How do I repair the vehicle?
with a hammer and B mats if it needs repaired.
Okay.
But
Because I was trying to submit it.
yeah, are you gonna do some more runs with this?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, well don't submit it here. Get in it and lock it, and literally just like come park it up here, like right here, and then just like put your guy like right here or something, and then go make your tea or do whatever you do, and then you can just come back and then use that storage depot and get going.
All right. Thank you so much, man. Really
No problem.
appreciate your help.
You can press 8 to salute.
What key?
The 8, the number 8.
Ah.
There's a bunch of little emos like that. So yeah, if you ever see me around again, or there's a lot of friendly people like me. Honestly, if you just say, "Hey, I have a question," somebody will answer it for you. Honestly, so always ask.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
You too. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Bye, fellow Logi bro. Ben, are you still there? All right. I think, okay, he's gone. Well, that was fun. That was really fun. I hope this episode, or I don't even know if this is, maybe I'll try and do episodes of this, but hopefully this turns out well, and people learn from me teaching them. If you other Logi people, if I said something wrong, misspoke about something, let me know in the comments or something. I'm always constantly learning as well, so just feel free to give me any feedback too. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I like training people. I don't think I could do it like every time I get on, but it's fun to do every now and then. So as always, thanks for watching and cheers.